Ladies and gentlemen, the gloves are off once again from Hollywood Smoke in the city of Santa Monica. I'm your co-host, Steve K9 Kim, joined as always with the former lightweight champion of the world, Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Ray, let's get into this. September 6th in Cincinnati, Adrien Broner takes care of Emanuel Taylor, wrapping the fight up with a 12th round knockdown. Question is very simple about Mr. Broner. Is he an elite talent?
No, he could fight. There's no doubt. He's got a lot of talent. Is he an elite talent? I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's out there in the stratosphere of those elite guys. He's not Floyd. He's not Manny. He's not Golovkin. No, I think he's a good fighter. A lot of potential, a lot of skill, a lot to learn.
When you look at a guy like Broner, here's where I think he gets hurt. His persona is about being, quote unquote, the little brother of Mayweather. Tries to do something like that. And what I call him when I see him in the ring is, I can't believe it's not Mayweather. Because it's basically a knockoff, isn't it, of Floyd Mayweather?
Well, I've said Broner's become a Mayweather light. Yeah. You know, you got Bud Light. Well, he's Mayweather light. Yeah. And you know what? And that's not that appetizing. It's not that filling. It's not that pleasing. So I think he should just become who he is. And if that is who he is, well, then that's what it is. Then you know what? Expect all the negative comments from the commentators, from the writers, from the fans, because it's nothing original. It's an old act.
When you go back to his fight in December, he got bludgeoned by Marcos Maidana. And that was at 147. I think that was a dose of reality that you need to go back down to 140. When you look at his style, it's pretty smooth, it's pretty rhythmic. Obviously, he's been influenced by Mayweather. There's a flaw, though, isn't there, that he can either lead or he can catch, but he can't necessarily counterpunch and punch with the guy. I think that seems to be a chink in the armor for him.
Well, that's the thing that makes Floyd so special, that Floyd can punch with the guy, and Floyd often does. And he'll catch guys coming in at the right time and hit him with them shots and shake them up a little bit. That's the difference. Ray Leonard was able to do that. Roberto Duran, all the greats were able to do that. This kid can't do that, or hasn't shown that he can do that. I think he lays on the ropes. He depends on that Floyd style too much. See, Floyd did that as a little kid from day one, so that's his style. But to try to imitate that or have somebody portray that, I mean, it's like all trying to do the rope-a-dope. Ali perfected that. That was Ali. Nobody else can do that. So I think that's become a big obstacle for Broner's growth. He's a good fighter. There's no doubt he can fight. I just like to see him let his hands go a little bit more. I think in the Taylor fight here, Emanuel Taylor pressured him, threw a lot of punches. You know, he was stepping up. What Broner did show at the end that, you know, that he was a class above by coming through when he dropped him at the end, and he certainly won the fight. But I think there's too much lull in the middle of the fight. He let the guy Taylor take over, take the initiative, still his thunder, and you know, a true champion, a true top-notch caliber fighter doesn't do that. He doesn't let these guys take away their steam.
You know, in the last two fights, post Marcos Maidana, Al Haymon and Golden Boy and everyone else, they've matched him with Carlos Molina, who's basically a wiffle ball bat, Emanuel Taylor, who might have warning track power at best. I think there's been a concerted effort to make sure that there's no puncher. Now, maybe that's the right thing, but I want to know, when are they going to let him go back, dip his toe into the real rugged, rough waters? If he fought, let's say in 4 months, they signed this fight, and I know this guy would take it. Broner, Lucas Matthysee, who scored a second-round knockdown over Roberto Ortiz, who would you favor in that fight, Ray?
Well, see, you know, people think, I would say Matthysee because of a pressure fighter, because of his, he's been at the big fights before. But here's what the thing is. Matthysee has a good style for Broner. That's a good matchup, style-wise. Because Matthysee gets hit a lot. You know, he doesn't make guys miss a whole lot. I like Matthysee. Obviously, that type of style I'm a fan of. I've been a fan of his. But you know, it's a perfect style. It makes a good fight. I would pick Matthysee to beat him because of pressure. I'd pick Matthysee because of his will to win. But you know, skill, we'll see. Who doesn't only take the best skill, the greater will. So I think that's a great fight. And Broner, remember a couple fights ago, it was after the one fight, I don't know if it was after the Paulie Malignaggi fight or whatever, he asked fans, let the fans pick the fight for me. Yeah. He ain't asking that no more, because I guarantee that he don't want, because the fight that the fans would pick for him, he don't want.
is the most overrated aspect. I always hear about Adrien Broner. He's slick. Honestly, if you're that slick, you shouldn't be getting hit that much. I think that's a bit of a misnomer based on the fact he tries a certain style. I think he gives the impression of being athletic. He's got some speed. He could crack a little bit, but is he necessarily slick?
Well, look, you know, these guys used to say he doesn't get hit much. He's got great defense. I don't know of any fighter in history that won a world title on defense.
Not even Willie Pep.
No, not even Willie Pep. Yeah, though he won rounds by not throwing a punch, he didn't win titles. You have to throw punches to win. Offense is what wins titles, obviously. This is why Broner can fight. We know that. And, you know, give him the opportunity to fight. Give him the right guys. Put the fights together. If he wants the money that he keeps talking about, and if he wants all these accolades that he keeps talking about, then fight the guys that are in front of you. Fight the Matthysees, fight the Danny Garcias, fight the guys that they want to put in front of you. Don't avoid them, and don't let Al Haymon handpick his opponents. Now, you've got the two, like you said, guys that are not known for the punching power, you know, light hitters. Now, go in and get somebody who could fight.
And that was another segment of Gloves Off with Ray Boom Boom Mancini. This is Steve Kim saying goodbye, everybody.